Good morning everybody, I hope you're all well. So this is just a quick video I'm putting out to show you 4 QiGong moves that you can practice. You can put them together as a sequence. And for those of you who might not be familiar, QiGong is an ancient Chinese form of exercise. And it's basically, the best way to describe it is a form of moving meditation, okay? So what it will do is we're connecting our breathing with the movement of the body, okay? And this is going to help us feel a bit calmer. It's going to help clear our heads a bit. So if you're suffering with any kind of anxiety or stress, if you've got little ones as well at home with you at the moment, this is perfect for all age groups. So maybe show them some of these movements afterwards and see if you can get them involved too. It's a fun exercise for you to do together. It's nice and gentle, and as I said, it should hopefully promote relaxation for you. If you're finding yourself a bit unfocused, these movements should help with that. So it's been a very long time since I taught Tai Chi or Qigong, Tai Chi Chuan or Qigong in a formal group setting. I think I was about 3 stone lighter and way before my 2 children, so this should be an interesting experience, but we will give it a go. As I mentioned already, the exercises are nice and gentle. I'm going to talk you through everything, but just a word of caution. Obviously, if something hurts in your body, that's your body's way of telling you that something's wrong. So if any of the movements hurt at all, I'll be giving you a couple of kind of variations, but please either miss them out or, only do it to your ability, to what's comfortable, okay? Especially all these movements are going to be really with our arms, so if you've got any kind of neck or shoulder injuries and you feel uncomfortable or it hurts at all, then please, as I say, either skip movement or just do it to your own range of movement, okay? So without further ado, we're going to be starting in horse stance. So horse stance is feet shoulder width apart. Now you might notice with my ballet toes that my feet turn out slightly, and if that's comfortable for you, particularly for females that are watching, that's okay. But ideally it should be like we're riding a horse. So feet shoulder width apart, toes facing forwards. Our tailbones need to be tucked in and our tummies brought in as well. So tailbones tucked under, tummies brought in, so we've got a nice strong core, okay? You don't want to see any bum sticking out when you practice, because it will put pressure and stress on that lower back and your hips. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. The aim is that you've got a nice, evenly distributed weight, okay, and you're nice and balanced in the middle. So feet shoulder width apart, this is horse stance, okay? So when you're comfortable, if you give your arms a wiggle, give your shoulders a roll, the idea is that all the movements are nice and fluid. Alright, so there shouldn't be any tension anywhere. So if you can, just nice deep breaths, roll the shoulders, give your arms a wiggle. And when you're stood comfortably with the correct posture, the first exercise that we're going to do is just a simple breathing exercise. Okay, so to start with, we're going to breathe in and we're going to bring our arms up. And as I said, if you've got any shoulder or neck injuries and this is the only height that is comfortable for you to raise your arms, that's absolutely fine. Please don't push yourself. If anything hurts, stop or just adjust the range of movement. So breathing in, we're going to bring our arms up. And as we breathe out, we're going to bring our arms back down. And that's as simple as that. So checking our posture, making sure our knees are slightly bent, that our weight is evenly distributed and we feel comfortable. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in and out. And that's the first movement. Nice and easy, nice and simple. Again, when you're practicing, obviously if I put music on in here, you probably won't be able to hear me speaking. But if you're practicing these movements at home, I used to go out and practice Tai Chi in the middle of a field. If you can't do that at the moment, out in your garden, maybe first thing in the morning or whatever, if the weather's acceptable, I used to have a student that used to work in, for all my Chepstowians, used to work in Chepstow Castle, and he would go in first thing in the morning before there were any people, and he would just run through one of the Tai Chi forms, which is really beautiful, and do some Qigong. So again, I don't know if I said at the beginning of this, the Qigong it's a gentle form of exercise, and the aim of it is basically just to connect the breath with the movement, so it releases your mind, and it just helps promote internal well-being. Okay, so anyway, back to the movement. So that's our first movement: breathing in, bringing our arms up, and breathing out as we bring them down. So slight variation to this now. We're going to be breathing in as we bring our hands halfway up to about shoulder level, and we're going to continue breathing in as we bring them out to the side. Okay, and important to mention here as well, especially important if you do have any shoulder or neck injuries, don't feel that you have to bring your arm all the way out. It's literally to the natural range of movement here. So if your shoulder starts to feel any pressure or tension on that, then you're taking your arm too far back. Okay, so just literally, just gently out to the side. Okay, so breathing in, we bring our arms up and out, and as we breathe out, we bring our arms together and down. Okay, so breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Nice and easy, nice and calm. Just remembering to check your posture all the way through that, and just give your shoulders a roll if there's any tension. So our third exercise is what we call balancing the chi. Okay, another nice easy one for you. And if your legs do get a little bit stiff or sore at any point, just feel free to just give them a wobble or a shake, or rotate your feet round. Okay, release those ankles. Don't feel like you have to stand still as a statue. If you need to give your legs a shake, then carry on. But our next movement is, as I said, it's called balancing the chi. Now, a step up for this exercise, if any of you want to try this at home, especially anyone that maybe does any energy work, a good suggestion, when we're using our hands, if you imagine your hands are kind of glowing, you can do it in a variety of colours. A nice clearing white colour, a nice calming blue, nice healing green, or perhaps a comforting golden colour. If you imagine your hands kind of glowing with your choice of colour, and what we're going to try and visualise is you take the lint rolls that you collect all the fluff and the dirt with off your clothes. So as we're bringing our hands through our energy field, what we want to do is we want to attract, maybe magnets, attract anything that's in our energy field that we want to get rid of. So we're drawing those to our hands, kind of like a comb or a filter. So as we're breathing in, we're going to bring our hands up. And again, on the level, if this is as far as you can bring our hands, that's absolutely fine, about shoulder, armpit level, not a problem. But if you want to keep going all the way up to the top of your head, we'll turn our hands down, so when we bring them up, our palms are facing up towards the ceiling. As we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we turn our hands so our palms are facing down, and then we just bring our hands back down as we breathe out. And so at this point, if you imagine anything that you've kind of caught in your energy field that you want to clear and get rid of, just send it down to the earth and imagine like little kind of sprinkles just all falling down to the earth to be transformed. Okay, so breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Nice and gentle. Again, making sure when you're practicing this, thumbs tucked under, tummies tucked in, okay, and pulled in. So our last and final movement is what we would normally do at the end of a QiGong session to kind of close. It's a closing exercise. we would normally practice it 3 times. But as I say, this is a sequence that you can do on your own at home. Feel free, if you want to do it more than 3 times, carry on. But what the aim of it is, all the energy or thoughts or everything that's kind of scattered all around us, if we're feeling a bit frazzled, a bit frantic or a bit stressed, and especially on those days when your head's all over the place, or your emotions are a little bit out of control, this is a nice one to just bring your energy back in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our palms facing, sort of tummy button level. We're going to breathe in as we bring our hands and our arms out and up. I'm going to move slightly so that I'm not hitting the wall. So breathing in as we bring our hands up, and then breathing out as we bring our palms together and just draw them down our centre. Okay? And this one is, as I say, it's a nice closing exercise. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. When we finish this exercise, it is a cleansing exercise, and this is something you can do in between the movements as well if you just want to take a moment, take a breath, just to kind of get your focus before you think about what you're going to do next. Is we're going to return, what we say is return to Dantian. Now our Dantian are like our energy gateways, and our main Dantian is in the middle here, so it's about 2 centimetres-ish under our belly button, okay? And when we return to Dantian, we stay in our whole stance. For ladies, our right hand first, our left hand on top. For gents, it's right hand first, left hand on top. Okay, but we just gently rest our hands on our Dantian. Alright? So as we finish that exercise, just bring your hands down and just return to Dantian. And as we're finishing, we bring our left leg in to meet our right leg, nice and gently, keeping that core straight. Left hand, right fist, bring them together and bow. And that Tai Chi bow signifies strength and honour. So normally at the start of the class, when you enter the classroom, and before you finish, just at the end, before you leave, you normally do this to the people that you're practising with or to your teacher, and it's just offering them strength and honour. So I send that to you. So I hope that you enjoyed looking at those 4 QiGong movements. As I said, it's a nice gentle exercise. Do it to your own ability. The important points really are kind of the height that you raise your arms so you don't put pressure on your shoulders and any kind of neck injury. And keeping that core kind of nice and tight and tucked in, and making sure for any exercise, when we're bending our knees, we should never be letting our knee go past our toes, okay? But for this one, feet not too wide. We don't want to be kind of all over the place. Kind of hip width, shoulder width apart, making sure that our weight is evenly distributed, and just allowing yourself to be nice and loose and nice and fluid. Alright? So as I say, I hope you've enjoyed that, my little introductory video. If any of you have got any messages, feel free to get in touch. But sending you all love.